Good morning. I'm gonna make this quick. This is about the movie Deliverance. Did not read what the movie was about, but it was a recently added movie on Netflix. And my husband and I was like, I found a movie. I started watching it maybe like 10 minutes, and I said it was hype starting off. Now, mind you, I am deeply, heavily into spirituality with Christ. I try not to watch things that I believe are portals. I try not to dabble in things that I feel like would attain a demonic spirit. I don't want to open my mind, soul up to certain things. And I swear, how the movie started off for me, did not describe that it was going to go into how deep it was, mid to end of movie. Now, mind you, I fell asleep on the movie halfway through. I don't know if the Lord just made me go to sleep to not watch the rest of that because of what was about to happen. But I'm going to tell you this. The things that led up to it, my mind did not think of this movie was actually like a demonic spiritual slash deliverance type of not saved, now saved type of movie. I just thought somebody was living in the basement. I'm like, okay, it's a hole in the floor, or somebody living in the basement, and this boy keep going downstairs to talk to this whoever was living in the basement. And I was like, first I thought it was Nikki Parker, Monique. I thought she was living in the basement, then coming around acting like she was a social worker. But long story short, I didn't watch the movie, but my husband did, and he was like, that was a really good movie, kind of deep. So I said, I'll follow up the next day. So I watched it from the part that I remember going to sleep on all the way to the end, and Lord have mercy on anybody's soul who watched this. This is a deep-rooted movie, and to find out it was based on a true story at the end on a house that I followed for years before they demolished. It was always on the news about this house. Then I'm like, oh my gosh, this was the house. This is what I was watching. And for her to just be so, use profanity to the extreme, the way she was, and then in the end, she just started speaking in tongues. I don't play with the speaking in tongues thing. If you got it, you got it. But not to say that she didn't have it or did have it for real, but those are things I just don't play with. You know what I'm saying? And I get where they probably was trying to go with it. I was going to say, if you really spiritually connected, pray before you watch that movie. I can't watch it a second time. Now that I know what it's about, I feel like I'll just be walking myself into a can of spiritual whoop butt. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to do that. It was nice to see the movie, see how they set it up, but to know that every time they did a skit, they prayed before, that's deep for me. Even though we should carry our lives like that all the time, we should pray before everything, but if you're knowing that you're praying before a certain thing, a certain occurrence in a movie that's demonic, that should raise some red flags for you. You know what I'm saying? When you had those kids go through that makeup scene and all of that, you don't know how influential things are. But I guess people are going to say, it's just the movie. I get it. But if you have a spiritual walk, then you know it was deeply rooted and it was more than just a movie. That's all I wanted to say.